So after the client creation, then after the logical systems and client creation, then how can we log into the newly created client? How can we log into the newly created client here? Suppose yesterday we have created the client called the, so we have created the one client, new client we created. That is called the, suppose like 400 client we created, 400 client we created. Then only client you created, but how can we log into the newly created client? Which user, which password? So why? Because only client created. Sir, we can use the default users, right? Can't we? No. Why? Because default users SAP star DDIC are only for login to the default clients, means master clients only. That passwords also will work only master clients only here. But it's not for so this client here. In that case, what we have to do here? In that case, so what is our action? So we need to we need to enable the emergency user. We have to enable the emergency user here. We have to enable the emergency user. Emergency user we have to enable. That is called the SAP star with the password is the pass. To log into the newly created client, we have to enable the emergency user. So which means SAP star with the pass, we have to enable it. So to perform this one, there is a parameter we have to change it here. There is a parameters and profiles concept in SAP. So here we can change the our default configurations, we can change it. So normally someone asked in the previous class, yes, sir, how can we increase the work process? How can we change the configurations? So where everything means parameters. We have to change the parameters. So if you change the parameter value, then we can log into the newly created client. If you change the parameter value, dialog work process parameter value to 5 to 6, then the dialog work process will be increased. If you change the value will be increased here, right? Then how to change it? Like what is about the parameter concept here, right? So then the subtopic is like a profiles and parameter concept here. So here to enable the emergency user or to change the system configuration parameters or everything, we need to go to the profiles and parameters concept in SAP. Normally, when you purchase a new mobile from so store, then after that you will get the default configuration, the default theme, default ringtone, default volume, default color. So everything default company standards you will get it out, right? When you purchase the new mobile. But after that, once you purchase the new mobile, what you do? You will go to the settings tab, then there you will do the all the configuration, theme, wallpaper, phone, ringtone. So, so everything you will adjust it by your customer, by everything you will customize it as per your requirement. You will do the your customization, right? Same as like SAP also by default you will get the some work process, some configuration, some data, but after that you need to do the some setting changes, you configuration changes, you have to do it. In that case, SAP level, we have to use the profiles concept here. Profiles, inside of the profiles, we have the parameters concept, we have to use it here. So profiles, there are the two types of profiles are there in SAP. Two types of profiles are there in SAP here. Two types of the profiles. One is the two types of profiles are there here. One is the default profile. Default profile. The second one is the instance profile here. Second one is the default profile and the instance profile here. So instance profiles are two types. Instance profiles means there are the two types of instances. Default only one, but instances means which instance. When you install the SAP by default, you will get the so two instances. One is the ASCS instance, means ASCS profile. Then second one is the primary application server, means PAS profile here. If you install the one more profile, then additional application servers, then additional application server profiles, you will get it out. But by default, they are the two instances, there are the two instance profiles are available here. Then default profile, then there is a default profile is available here, right? So we have to enable the emergency user here, right? With SAP star with pass, we have to enable the emergency user here, right? So this is what we have to. So, but to enable the emergency user, there is a parameter you have to change it, but in that case, we need to check. So what is the parameters and profiles concept here? In SAP, we have the two types of profiles are there. One is the default profile and the instance profile. This profiles contains parameter, means system configuration parameters are available here. So default profile contains the default parameters. Everything is the default, means default SID, instance number, host name, DB SID. Those related parameters, we cannot change it. Those default settings means it is applicable for all. That is the reason it's a default. Instance means ASCS profile, ASCS instance related. PAS means PAS related instance. PAS means we have the work process, dispatcher, and the application server. Application server related settings are available in these profiles here. So these profiles, if you want to change it, you need to go to the RZ10 or RZ11 transaction codes. You have to change it here. What is mean by RZ10 and RZ11? Why we have the two transaction codes to change the profiles and parameters, right? So here in the parameters, there are the two types of parameters are available here. There are the two types of parameters here. There is a two types of parameters. Two types of parameters. One is the static and dynamic. Static and dynamic here. Static means so you need to do the restart, permanent changes. Dynamic means no need to restart, it's temporary changes. If you change the parameter value in the RZ10, you need to restart. The RZ10 is the static parameters. All the static parameters we have to change it here, but these are the permanent changes here. Then, but you need to you need to you need to restart the instance. You need to restart the instance here. But RZ11 is like dynamic. RZ11 is dynamic. Then it's not permanent. It's not permanent changes here. Not permanent changes here. You no need to restart it here. Immediately it will affect it here. You no need to restart. It's only temporary changes only until you do the restart, right? So now you can understand. So the profiles are two types, start default profile and instance profile. Instance profiles are two types. So one is the ASCS profile and primary application server profile here. There are the two types of parameters are there. These parameters are available inside of the profiles. Inside of the profile, these parameters are available. So these parameters also, there are the types here. Some are the static parameters, which means some of the permanent parameters, some of the dynamic parameters here. So if we want to set the parameter value in the permanent, then you need to go to the RZ10. Then you need to set the parameter value. You need to do the restart to affect the instance. But if you want to perform in the RZ11 dynamic, so it's not a permanent, you now need to restart the system here. This is called the RZ11 here. So same as like here, suppose here, so we suppose like if you want to enable the emergency user, then what we can log in, we can log into the system here. We can log into the system, go to RZ10 here. Then there are the profiles here. Just go to the profile, select the instance profile here, select the instance profile. See, there are the default profile and instance profile. Instance profile types are two. One is the ASCS and second one is the application server profile. Then go to extended maintenance, click on the change button. Click on the change button here. Click on the change button. Then you will get the parameters here. Means inside of the profile, you have the parameter, system name, ECD. So these are the common parameters. Don't change this one. Only specific. Suppose if you want to change the work process parameter, WP underscore NO underscore dia 6. If you make it 7, then 7 dialogues will be active. So BTC 6. So like that, so the parameter value, we can change it here. Parameter value, we can change it here. So if you want to log into the newly created client, so then suppose you can check your parameter is available or not here. In case if it is not available here, just click on the create parameter. So if you don't know the parameter name, just click on the browse button. You will get the number of parameters here. So suppose we want to change the parameter, only remember the login slash, then star it here. You will get the all the login slash related parameters are available here. All the so login slash parameters available here, right? So then So this is the one thing here. Suppose if we want to log into the, suppose here we have to enable the emergency user. To enable the emergency user, so we have to change the parameter. We have to change the parameter value, right? Parameter value. Which parameter value? There is a login slash here, no underscore, no underscore, automatic underscore, user underscore SAP star equals to, so 0 or 1 we have to change it, the value we have to change it here. Then we can log into the newly created client. We can log into the newly created client here. That is possible here, right? So that is possible here. So here just check login slash no underscore. This is the one. So here the value is equal to 0. The value equals to 0 here, right? So if the parameter already exists here, suppose in case of, suppose you created the 400 client here, just go to the 400, then SAP star with PASS pass. If you enter it, you can able to log in. Why? Because so the value equals to 0, then people can log into the system. If it is the one, people cannot log into the newly created client with SAP star with pass. Pass is the password. People cannot log in here. That is the one thing we can see it here, right? So like that, any parameter value, if you want to change it, you can change it here. Any parameter value, if you want to change it, you can change it here, right? Just click on the go to the parameter value. Which parameter value you want to change it, select it. Suppose if you want to change the different parameters, suppose like dialog work process, the parameter value you have to change it. Suppose you want to change the some login slash parameters here. Then which parameter you want to change it here, login slash parameters here, right? So there is a value here. You can see here. So here you can see, so there are the number of parameter, password, uppercase characters, special characters, the password, multi-login users here, then failed to GUI unlock. So many things are there here. So we can do the restriction server login procedures, see system default clients. So default client. So we can change any parameter value, we can change it here, right? We can change it to the respective value here, respective value, we can change it here. Here you can see the basis user and the DDIC. This parameter is like failed to user auto unlock. So this user, in case of user is locked, whatever the users you are defining, that will be auto unlocked here, right? That parameter I have defined as an SAP star basis user should be auto unlock, like that I have copied here. Then go back here, then copy, change it, then go back and then save and activate the profile here. So here you need to copy, save, activate. So then you need to do the restart of the app server here. You need to do the restart of the app server here. Like that, we need to change the parameter value. Suppose if I change it to the NW1, go to the RZ10, right? RZ10 here, select the profile, okay, diff instance profile, extended maintenance, change the value here. So here, see, dialog work processor 10 is there. So why 10? 10 is not required. Then you can make it 6, right? 6. Then only dialog work processor now 10. After you restart, it will go to the 6 status here. Then also change the parameter value to 0. Then that is also changed. Now that is also changed now here, right? So we have changed the value here. Just click on the copy, go back, save, yes, then go back and activate. Save and activate. Then parameter saved and activated, which means after the restart, your value will be, dialog work process will be decreased from the 10 to 5 here, right? But to affect the activating the profile, simply you need to restart the application server. You have to restart the application server, which means this is a static parameter. That's why we have to do the restart of the application servers here. We have to do the restart of the app servers here. That is what we have to do it in the systems here, right? Suppose if you want to change the different parameters, then go to here, change it here, then So click on the, suppose you want to change the login parameters, right? Previously same. So failed to user unlock. We don't have any value here. Here I will maintain the basis user. So what will happen in case of basis user is locked in the NW1, same as like today, after midnight, this will be auto unlocked, automatically unlocked here, like that I am mentioning here, right? So then failed to user unlock, basis user I have maintained. Just click on the, so copy back, then copy two times, you need to copy, then it will come to the this list here, display list here. Then go back, save, then go back, then activate the profile. So copy, so you have to restart the application, save and activate it, then the parameter value will be affected here. So now you see, go to the SM50, then how many work process are there? 10 are there here, right? So now we are going to restart the app server here. Suppose like NW1, if I do the restart here, 10 work process, it will come to the 8 work process here, right? 8 will come. So I'm going to restart the NW1 app server here. NW1 app server, I'm going to restart it here, right? NW1 app server, I'm going to do the restart here. See, it is stopping. You can see it is stopping here. Means when you stop it here, the all the sessions will be disconnected. NW1 server is shut down. So it will be down here. So which means you cannot able to connect it NW1 system now. You cannot able to connect to the NW1 system now here. This is the parameter value changes here. So after the parameter, so your NW1 system, so the work process will be decreased. And also we have enabled like to log into the newly created client, we need to change the parameter value to the and 0. Then you can able to log into the new client only new client with the SAP star user and password is the pass. You can log in to the user here. If it is the one, you cannot log in. Suppose if you want to increase the dialog work process, then parameter value you have to change it here. So where these parameter values are available, RZ10 and RZ11. RZ10 and RZ11 here it is available. So only those RZ10 and RZ11. So you can do the changes here, right? So it is done. Now click on the OK button here. So now it is connecting to the NW1 system. So now it is waiting for the work process to pick up your request here. So here you see work process are waiting. So if any one work process come to the waiting status here, wait status here, any one of the dialog work process, then immediately your user request will be taken here. See, but still you see connecting to NW1 means it is waiting for the dispatcher queue. So dispatcher trying to trying to hand over to the available dialog work process here. But dialog work process not in the correct status here. Dialog work process are not in the correct status here. So once it comes to the wait status, any one of the dialog work process, see here four things. Many things are they have wrong things. See how many work process they have changed it here, update for this many things. If you change it without any valid reason, why update this many is required and these many are not required. So then, so definitely your system suffer from the maintenance errors. So now work processes are coming to the 0, then immediately you see you got the SAP screen here, which means work process got picked your request, work process got pick up your request, then you can see you can log into the, now you see, so you can able to log into the system and you can validate the your changes here. Go to the SM50. Previously we have the dialog work processor 10, we make it to the 6, I think. Yes, 6 work processor here. See, 6 work processor here. But why updates are 6 but backgrounds are only 2? It's not like that. So it's very bad. So we have to adjust it here. So dialog updates should be the more, but only remaining all are 1 is fine. See, so dialogs update BTC 6, then update 1, Then, so update to 1. Now, why these guys have done these many changes? That's enough, right? So that's enough here. Copy, go back, save, save, go back, activate. So you have activated here. Done. Have done the activation here. So, but you need to restart the application server immediately. Otherwise, it won't affect immediately. So you have to restart. Definitely, you need to do the restarts. If you do the any configuration changes, definitely you need to do the restart of the app server here. So, so then minimum two we can maintain, maximum up to 100. So we can maintain the work process count here. But there should be enough memory here in the operating system level. Without memory, you keep on increasing to the 100, 200, then entire system will go down and your system will not be up due to the memory issues. That is the one of the thing you need to keep in mind. Okay, minimum 2 GB, 3 GB free memory at operating system level. Without checking that one, you keep on updating, then that will be a dangerous, right? Again, entire system will go down. So that is the main thing. So you need to, if you are restarting, then you need to check the memory also here, whether we have the enough memory or not. You need to check that thing also here. So here you doing the restart again. So which means we need to decrease the work process count now here. Updates and BTC update to update all the updates they have increased it. So it's not required that many updates. One is enough to handle it here, all the update records and everything here, right? So that is the main thing here. So still this session is active. So this session is getting closer now here. See? So to change the parameters and profiles and parameter value, so we need to go to the RZ10, change the parameter value and restart the instance. But not all the parameters are static, not all the parameters are dynamic here. So only dynamic parameters you need to change it to the RZ11, but those are the immediately it will be affected. But which parameters are dynamic and how can I remember means we have the one setting in the RZ11. If that is the dynamic switchable, the change value is coming, then that is the dynamic parameter. Then you no need to restart the system here. So, but you need to change if you want to do the changes permanently, then you need to do the changes in the RZ10 only. In the RZ10 only, you need to do the changes and restart the instance. The changes will be permanent here. The changes will be permanent in the systems here. So now you see dialog work processor 6, BTC 6, update 11. This is a perfect match. Perfect match. This is a perfect match here. Like that. So we have to change the values here, right? And to change the values of the work process here. So which means everything is the parameters only. System configuration, if you want to increase or decrease something, you want to change it or anything. So the profiles and parameters concept here, right? There are the two types of parameters here, static and dynamic, but we cannot identify which one is by seeing the parameter name, we cannot identify. Only thing is, if you put the parameter name in the RZ11, if it is the dynamic switchable, then that is the dynamic parameter. It's not the static parameter. Then we can also change the parameter without any restarts as well also. Means the value will be affected after the restart only. So, but here some parameters are the dynamic parameters. So then you no need to restart the system here. You no need to restart the system here. See, still the connection is waiting for the connection here. Waiting for connection here. So now it is waiting. So definitely you will get the request. Yes, then now definitely you will get the logon screen here. See, so now you can log in. Now you can log into the systems. Check the your changes, whatever. That's why the profile parameter changes are the restart is required. So that's why we do the restarts in the during the off business hours when we don't have the business and less users that time. So we do this kind of changes in the systems here. Now you see 6 so 13 work process and everything is running here now. So right. So this is the way we have to do the changes. This is the way we have to do the changes here. Right. That is the one we have to do it here, right? So that is the one we need to check in our systems here, right? This is the way we need to do the restarts of the our app servers and everything here, right? Suppose if the parameters are dynamic, we can go to the RZ11 here. then put the parameter name here, put the parameter name here. Suppose sometimes some parameters are dynamic. Example, if you go to this one, there is a change value is coming. This is a dynamic switchable. If you change this, if you make this parameter value to 0 and save it here, this is the dynamic parameter. This is the dynamic parameters here, 0. So this is the dynamic parameter. But changes are not permanent, will be lost after the restart. Right? These changes are not permanent. Dynamic switching is there. Then this is the dynamic parameter. Some parameters you will not get the change value. Suppose like no underscore automatic underscore user SAP star. There is no change value. Only display button is there. Then this is the static parameter. So you need to change this parameter value in RZ10 only. Have to go to the RZ10. There you have to do the changes. RZ10, there you have to go to the changes here. That is what we have to do it in the systems. RZ10 and RZ11. Okay. If you change any value here, you no need to restart it. But these are the not permanent here. Only temporary changes only. But permanently, if you want to, but anyway, we are doing the changes, mean that is a permanent only. So definitely, we have to go to the RZ10, select the profile and parameter value, then change the value and restart the system in the off business hours. That is the value static parameter and permanent. Only thing is the restart. That restart, until you do the restart, the value will not be affected. So we have to do the changes here. So profiles, they are the types of profiles here, default profile and instance profile here. Default profile, all the default parameters, default everything in the default. Default means default settings. Your what is the DB SID, client number. So all those things here. If you go to the default, all the default related things are available here. What is the SID, instance name, database SID, message server details, all the things are available in the default only. System client 001. If you change it to the 100 client, whenever you are logging to the system, then your client will be displayed to the 100 like this. Right? That is the default one here. So default one, only rare cases we will change it. Only thing is instance profile. Instance profile, all the instance specific. So if you go to the ASCS and message server related details here, message server, that is not active here. So only, so here you can go to the here, then application server. Application server, what will be available? Buffers, right? And work process, accept message server and queue server, then binaries files, executable files, and those related profiles, parameters, security settings, and ports. So all those things are available here. So those related things are available here. Here we do the changes here. Here we do the all the changes in the systems here. Right? So that is the value of the profile and the parameter value in the SAP systems here. Right? So that is the main thing here. Okay. So this is the profiles and parameters here. So why we discussed means, so after the client copy, you need to log into the newly created client. Suppose here, you see here in the SEC4, how many clients are there here? So there are the lot of clients are there. Suppose like there is a 800 client is there here. To log into the 800 client in the NW1, so that is the new client, which means we don't have any user. Then what we can do? We can log into the SAP star with PASS pass. We can log into the systems here. We can log into the systems here. Suppose example, this in, so NW, sorry, we have ECD system. Yesterday we have created the 400 client, right? 400 client we have created. Then go to the 400 client. Then we can log into the SAP star. Then PASS pass, you can use it. Then you can log into the newly created client. So you logged into the 400 client here, newly created client. You logged into the newly created client here. That is called the, so that is called the, so how to log into the newly, how you logged into the SAP star with pass, you changed the one emergency user. So that is called the, you activated the emergency user. The password is common everywhere, but only emergency user activation means you have activated the profile. So login slash no underscore automatic underscore SAP star user, SAP star parameter, you have done the changes here, right? That is what you have done it here. So now after that, what we have to do, we have done these changes here. So now what we have to do, we need to, so then done. Now you have logged into the newly created client. Sir, as of now, you said like we need to do the all the changes in the newly created client only, apart from the 000001. Then what can we do now? As of now, we have done all the changes in the other clients here. Now, so now the topic is, so this is clear, right? Profiles and parameters topic. Any questions, anyone?
Sir, at a time, how many can log in?
Sir, if I change the default to default, then all application servers it will affect, right?
Yeah, default, some parameters, if you change it in if you maintain the parameter value in the default, that is applicable for the all other instances also, all other application servers also sometimes, some parameters.
Yeah, yes, got it.
Default is common for all application
All
servers.
because I have changed one time, it's not reflected. So that is the reason.
Yeah.
Sir, at a time, how many can log in with SAP Star?
A number of people can log into the SAP Star. Now you are logging to the basis user, right? Number of people are logging to the basis user. And same
Yes.
way, SAP Star also you can log in number of people. They can do the
Hello.
changes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this login no automatic this parameter we can change in RZ10, right, sir?
RZ10
But
only we have to change it, not 11. 11 because this is
cor-
a static parameter. There is no change value. If the change
yeah,
value is coming, suppose like example here, we go to the RG11, enter the parameter. If the change value is coming, so then that we can change it, but there is no change button here. So then this is not the dynamic parameter. This is a static parameter. Definitely we have to go to the RG10, change the value to 120, then restart it. Then you can able to log into the newly created clients. Any client, one time if you, this is system-wide parameters. One time if you change it, n number of clients, we can log into the SAP Star with pass for newly created clients.
okay, sir. But so, like last time we faced issue like SAP Star, we were not able to log in, right, sir? That time, like any other way, we can change.
SAP Star with
The,
pass user will log in. So in case of that user already there with a different password, you need to do the delete and you need to have to delete that user, activate the parameter value and you can log in.
that time, okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So that is the one.
Sir, in the sense, temporary means how much time? Like the
Temporary means
dynamic.
until you do the restart. If you do
No,
the
the
restart, the
dynamic.
changes are gone.
Okay, okay,
But if you do the restart, the permanent changes will be affected. So there is a
okay,
matlab here. So before, if you do the restart, then whatever the dynamic changes are there, after the restart, the changes will be gone. But the static changes that will be permanent, that will be affect after the restart only.
okay. So the server will be like we have some common jobs, right? Like daily running jobs. So if you do any dynamic changes, those will be gone, right?
No, no. If any jobs related, that will be gone. If any jobs
Okay.
related, if any jobs related parameters, if you do the changes, that will be gone. So jobs related, there is no jobs related, there is no nothing, right? So only thing is work process. Jobs will run on the work process. So if we change the parameter value 6 to dialog work process 6 to 1 or 2, what will happen? Only at a time, only 2 jobs will run. What about the remaining jobs? So remaining jobs will wait until the work process will play. Jobs will run until you have the one work process also, jobs will run, but it will run slowly. All the jobs will not run. Only one by one, one by one, one by one, it will run it. Okay. So that's it. I think, yeah, you can just practice on the profile parameters topic and both the systems are accessible. You can practice it. I want to discuss client copies, but let's see tomorrow. Not a problem. No hurries. We'll go slowly. Okay. So please practice this, this client,